WWE Raw in 3 minutes. Was it any good? Especially coming off of AEW All Out. Let's get a counter on the screen and let's find out. Raw opens with RK Bro essentially hyping the Tag Team Turmoil match, which made up most of Raw. Bobby Lashley comes down and says, yo, I have a match with you, Randy Orton. And Randy Orton says, yo, for the title. Cool. Apparently Randy Orton's going to be Bobby Lashley's next contender. Very cool idea. Feels like a very believable talent who could beat him. And let's be honest, there isn't much star power left, especially on Raw, to challenge him. So this seems like your best bet. The first hour of Raw was taken up by Tag Team Turmoil. This wasn't a bad thing, this was an excellent match. Essentially, this match was, how good are the fucking New Day? Really good. The New Day take on a plethora of different tag teams, work their way through them, until they're completely derailed by Mace and T-Bar. They beat Mace and T-Bar, but then those two just go absolutely spare and just destroy everybody, including the next challengers for them, which of course are my boys, Mansoor and Ali. Then of course the authority figures come down and say, yep, well, we're going to have a break now. We're going to calm everything down and then we'll return to this match an hour later. Didn't particularly like that. I thought it should have gone all the way, but I also understand that these wrestlers shouldn't be wrestling 2 hours solid without some sort of water break, so it is kind of understandable, and we picked that up later on in the night. In the meantime, they've got plenty of stuff that they can fill in the gaps with, and of course, most of it is boring. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus have a decent slobber knocker of a match, and then he loses by roll-up. Drew McIntyre, that is. That's right, Drew McIntyre, the guy with the sword, he lost. Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley pick up a win over the Tag Team Women's Champions, albeit a very turgid and very boring one. However, really love the dynamic of Nikki and Rhea Ripley. Love the fact that Rhea's all serious and Nikki's just the idiot who she's just kind of going along with. Is this RK Bro but for the women? Of course it is. And Charlotte Flair puts the women's title on the line against Nia Jax. I was the only person apparently who thought last week's match was really good. This time around Charlotte Flair wins because Shayna Baszler cost Nia Jax the title. Finally, we're breaking away from this nonsense. Finally, Shayna Baszler can be the star that she always should have been. Or maybe they'll just fucking have her in a rivalry with Nia Jax and then we'll never see her again and she'll turn up on AEW in some form or fashion. And right before your main event, let's not forget that sexy bondage time Karrion Kross also beat John Morrison in a match that nobody gives a fucking shit about. Tag Team Turmoil is what this show is based around, and Tag Team Turmoil is what will finish it. The New Day come back out, they go through all the opponents once again, as you would imagine. They beat Mansoor and Ali, what a surprise. Then they're knocked off by Omos and AJ Styles, and the final people to come out are Bobby Lashley and MVP, because nothing says tag team wrestling like two singles guys wrestling two singles guys in the last bout. Bobby Lashley and MVP pick up the win. Omos smashes up Bobby Lashley, and then the crowd are sent home happy again by Randy Orton, who hits him with an RKO out of nowhere just to make everybody really excited. It was actually okay. It wasn't great by any means, but it was okay. The wrestling was really good, and the New Day were fucking amazing on this show. They essentially wrestled for what felt like about an hour and a half of this show, a good half of that show entirely, and they were awesome. They really represented themselves well, and to be honest, they overshadowed everybody else and reminded us why they are one of the best tag teams of the modern era, so the fact that they didn't win is kind of sad and a little bit depressing in every sense. However, Raw was acceptable. It was definitely 5 or 6 out of 10, but still so much work needs to be done to make this a better show. It really does, and a lot of it comes down to the storylines, and like my boy Choke Gaming always says, if you just get out of the fucking way and let these guys wrestle, you would have a better show. And just like I say, if you put it down to 2 hours, it will be so much more palatable and so much more exciting. I've been Aaron X. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll catch you very soon for more content from the Wrestle Plug.